Well, good morning, good evening and good day wherever you're from. I hope that lens is better. There's little bugs on. I'm here in Griffith. As you know, I arrived and I'm staying at my cousin's place who knows all that ancestry stuff, which was a part of yesterday's story. But I'm here with Jim. Now, Jim is the son, his dad and my grandfather were brothers. Is that right, Jim?
That's right.
Jim has a story about the black stump. What your connection with the black stump?
She wanted me to put fancy colours in there, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Get away from the country.
Which might have been peach in those days. Well, you know, had peach colour had a bit of a
Probably
comeback.
would have been cream and green.
Cream and green, or mission brown. There was
Yeah.
moments in Australia's history of colours.
But there's one of the locals rolled in and, what do you think of the colours, Jack? He went, just as well barmaids have got tits. That's all we got to look at.
Now just leaving Griffith. It's cloudy and sunny, but it's mild. And we're heading out on the Kidman Way, I think. I think it's just a straight road to this Merriwagga. There may not be much to film unless I see something interesting. But let's get to the Black Stump Hotel, have a drink, and then see what stories we can find. There'll be something, I'm sure. Griffith's a great place. Just to let you know, Griffith was very populated by the, as they say in the country, the Italians. And there's a lot of great wineries out here. It's a beautiful spot.
Hitting the road again. Life's a game. At times we fall. Two wheels and a dream.
So I want to tell you a story about kangaroo balls because, as you know, I collect them now that represent relationships. The balls are on top of the penis, not below it, as you would think with most animals. Anyway, that's a dead kangaroo. Plenty of them out here. Well, there you go. Did Google it, and apparently it's true. So kangaroos actually can do a lot of things that you may not know. They can conceive another baby joey while they're still giving birth to a other one and while they're breastfeeding. Anyway, Google it. They're very interesting. They can withhold breeding if there's a drought. They can stop their ovulation and conceiving stuff. Very clever. The other reason that nature has put their balls on top of their penis is that they regulate their temperature a lot through the temperature of their balls. So by having the balls on the top, they can lick them and keep them cool in the Australian heat. I reckon a lot of blokes would like to be able to lick their own balls. Not for those reasons though, I don't think. I'm certainly not licking any of the balls that I collect. Right, well, we're coming into where the Black Stump is. Merriwagga is about 45 minutes northwest of Griffith. I don't know, 68, 70 k's. It's just a straight road, which is consequently, as you have seen, there's not much. Loads of dead kangaroos along here. I don't know how I do it, but I think I missed the turn off. One turn off, and I missed it. Oh, so cute, it's funny. Here we go. The Black Stump Hotel. Now in the Black Stump Hotel, there's a little motorbike up there, Rabbitohs, bonnet, and this apparently is the tallest bar in the Southern Hemisphere. This apparently is the tallest bar in the Southern Hemisphere, not the world, the Southern Hemisphere. And why did they build such a tall bar? What's the story behind that? Do you know?
Well, there's a couple of stories there to ride their horses in, so they didn't have to unhitch.
I've heard this story. So they didn't need to get off their horses to get a beer.
That's right.
They'd ride straight into the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes sense because that's why the bar's so tall. They're on their horse, they can reach their beer.
Yeah, and then also when they were doing all the railway works, like in those days, there was a lot of routing workers amongst them, so they built it this high so they didn't jump the bar and run amok.
Yeah, because you got to watch us Aussies. We can be pretty wild. So the bar's tall. There's two reasons: about the horses and about the ruffians around town, so they couldn't jump the bar and The ones, the railway workers. I'm going to do another one. I'll get double the value at this place. I'm going to climb up on this. Oh, they're heavy. You got to sit at the bar. You can't come all this way and not sit at the bar. And this is Cole, who's the partner of my cousin Julie. He's got his regulation Aussie work boots on.
That's them.
He said to me this morning, he had a t-shirt and the trackies and the thing. He said to Julie, I better go in and get a shirt on and some shoes. So he changed his t-shirt and changed his pluggers. That's how we travel. Got myself a sticker. And Cole got one as well by the looks of it. And that's the horses at the bar. What a shame they're not in today. They get them in for special events apparently, because that's what it's renowned for. We talked earlier about Jim painting this pub, and we believe that, I did say peach, I was close, it's pink.
You were, Chris.
It was the colours of the time, but we think that is still the paint job. We've done the research and that's still the paint job of Jim's handiwork. And Gail, do you live in town?
Yes.
Any murder mysteries going on around here? No? What's the population?
Well, I like to be generous and say 50, but it's not.
Not quite 50. Sharon, are you the publican
I
here?
am,
So
yeah.
this is your joint.
It's my joint.
So Gail's been very generous and told me the story of why the height, about the horses and also the ruffians, the railway guys, possibly.
Yeah.
Two possible
Too
stories.
possible.
Yeah. So how long have you had the pub for?
20 years.
20 years. And you live in, are you one of the 50 that live in town?
I live here in the hotel, yes.
Oh, in the hotel.
I am.
Right. Any good juicy stories that have happened here?
Oh, look, you can't tell you or we'd have to kill you.
Yeah, I know. So they won't share the good juicy gossip. What about any sort of famous people that have drunk here that you can name?
We had Heather Hewitt from Back Road. She was here.
Oh yeah.
We did
yeah.
a current affair the other week.
Oh, what was that
Simon-
based on? Is there
It
some
was based on pubs closing.
Roy Little?
Little pubs closing.
Roy Little.
My dad's friend used to bring his
Oh, yeah, he did. He was in the first film.
Was there a film done here? Was there? Oh,
Well, there was, the BBC done a documentary called The British Empire Beyond the Black Stump.
oh,
And
okay.
Roy Little at the time rode his horse in.
Right.
And then we recreated that for Backroads, and Roy Little's grandson rode his horse in.
Oh, nice.
And then we just done it for Current Affair, and another girl rode a horse in.
So when's that going to go to air?
It's already been.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, I must look at that. I don't get to see Current Affair.
Yeah.
Get tourists and stuff. I mean, the Black Stump is quite a famous sort of landmark
always
name.
busy.
Merriwagga, where did that name come from? Is
Well,
that
it was from Merriwagga Station, and it was at the Wagga Exchange or something, so that's where it comes
so the name Merriwagga is a bit of a combination
Yeah,
of those
those two.
Those two.
Barbara Blaine, who was the first person buried in Dunbar Cemetery.
This is a poem about her, is it?
Yeah, was cooking dinner and caught on fire and burnt to death.
Oh, was that? So I was told the name Black Stump come because a guy came back, his house had burnt down, and the only thing left apart from the fireplace was a black stump, which was his wife.
Well, it wasn't his house; they were out in the open. And
See, the truth
she
comes
caught
out.
on fire, and he did
The
say,
truth comes out.
He did say she looks like a black stump.
Okay, well that's a nice gory story. I
Yeah,
like it.
it is
Yeah.
gory.
So Barbara Blaine was the Black Stump.
Yeah.
She was incinerated, and that's how she died.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I saw on the way in the women pioneer.
Yeah, yeah.
Where is that?
So that's just over the road. There's just statues to celebrate them. That's all.
Celebrate what, women during the war or just women?
Women pioneers.
Women pioneers. I'll go and have a look at
Came
that.
here.
And I'm glad I came out here. It was a nice, easy ride from Griffith. I'm over at the park across the road from the hotel over there, and this tells the story of that woman that was burnt, and the first woman, Barbara Blaine, to be buried in the cemetery here, but she's the one that burnt to the ground and resembled a black stump. That's in summary. So we've got a couple of stories. This is a monument to the pioneering women of the time. Little shops down there that I don't think they're operating anymore. I really think the Black Stump Hotel is the only thing operating in town. There we go. There's a horse trough there. Oh, a couple of dead birds. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I'm hopeless with that shit. Oh my God. Just the thought of it makes me gag. Interesting story that the publican said that, you know, there's been a few TVs that have come out and done stories on them. One, namely ABC's Back Roads. Now, when I was talking to the ABC about doing a series as a barbering biker or a travelling grandmother on a bike, they loved the whole concept. They loved me. They loved it all. But their reasoning for not doing anything with me was, Chris, we've got enough middle-aged white people on TV here in Australia. And I don't have anything exotic about me, I'm afraid. I've done my DNA and ancestry stuff, and I am as Anglo as there comes. All English, Irish, Scottish and Welsh. I'm so 100% Anglo. Sorry about that. I haven't got any exoticness in me to cut the TV and fill that criteria, I guess, that they're all after these days. But there's the town, that's it, all closed. What a shame. For all my overseas friends that don't know this, in Australia we have a lot of flies, especially out bush. I've swallowed a few in my time. We're always doing this, and it's called the Aussie salute. We're always shooing flies away from us. I love Jack Russells.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying her name's Nellie.
Nellie.
Not Natty. We don't want that name brought up anymore, do we? What's your name? Macca. And you were just saying you haven't seen one of those except in a book.
Yeah.
The Indian, the ROadmaster.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful bike.
Yeah.
What do you got to tell me, Macca?
Huh?
What goes on in Merriwagga?
Drinking?
That's where you're going now.
That's
You
it.
got any stories you can share with me?
No, not really.
Come on, you've got to have some gossip.
No,
Come
not
on. Macca's going fishing.
Yeah, I'm going fishing this afternoon.
Where do you go fishing at?
At the Lachlan River.
Oh, so they're the worms. So it's a bunch of dirt with worms in it. Oh, there they are. Nice big
Yeah.
fat juicy ones.
Yeah.
What do you catch in the river?
Carp.
Right? Do you catch your dinner, or you go fishing to get food for yourself, or do you just do it for
just
pleasure,
that.
just relaxing?
Yeah. Up there, they say plenty of it.
So 4X is your choice of beer.
That's it.
You lost your wife 12 months ago. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah,
So what do you fill your day with now, Macca?
well, I'm having a cold beer, and I'm going fishing this afternoon. I'm taking groceries out. October, I'm not allowed to take a cod out of the river in October.
Oh, you
Now.
got to. You can get the cod now,
Close
can you?
season, no.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
I'm not allowed
It's
to take
closed
I can
season.
catch them, but I've got to release them yet.
Right.
Water.
1st of December is when you can fish for cod out here.
You took
And where are you guys from?
good, yeah.
Gilgowie.
Yeah.
How far's I think I rode
far's
through.
Did you go up
I rode through it.
Yeah,
Right. What do you do? What do you guys do out there? That's about 20 minutes down the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Work on a farm.
20,
Work on a
20
farm.
minutes.
Your farm? What's the produce? Is it
Oh, we got cattle, sheep,
all that?
grain,
Right.
bit of everything.
Okay. See ya. Bye, Merriwagga. Now we're going to just go past the Pioneer Village in Griffith, where I'll tell you a story about that. We won't go in, but another story maybe I will. And the lookout in Griffith that looks out over the whole, well, I don't know, I've not been there, so we'll find out what it looks out over. So this is Pioneer Park, old post office. And the guy that he picked up all the buildings from the town when they were renewing Griffith and brought them here to recreate the village. Yeah. Look at that. Welcome to Griffith Pioneer Museum. We'll just have a squeeze. I'm just going to put the camera through the gates because that's how I roll. Okay. Old school, post office, trains, churches, community halls. He's moved a lot, actually. In there's the old Italian museum, but I don't need any more Italians in my life after experiencing the last one. The artwork's fantastic. Look at that. I've got to find out why all these trees are painted different colours. Might have been part of a festival or a marking. Going to the top of a lookout, and then that's it for the day. I'm done. I need to relax a bit now. Tomorrow I leave back to Sydney. There won't be any filming. It's just going to be 7 hours of riding and fuel stops. So we're going up here to have the lookout at Griffith, right? This is the lookout, and there's caves underneath. And a guy lived there for how many years?
I don't know. There's a story over there.
Oh, the story's over there? a cave dweller.
Yeah, 1920s.
Oh, in the 1920s. McPherson Ranges. The trouble with the camera, it flattens things, and the caves are all down there.
Yeah.
So it's called Hermit's Caves, and I've just had a quick squiz. I'm not going to read it. You can Google it like everything else. But it is the last reminder of Valerie Rossetti, the young Italian migrant who lived here as a recluse between 1920s and 1952. That might be him there.
That is him.
That's him.
Yeah.
The Rossetti time, he created gardens and everything.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Had a little church. And
Oh, we created quite the little village.
yeah.
They're very resourceful Italians, aren't they? Yeah, they can do it. They can play with a number of things at the one time.
Yeah.
Don't we know? We're just going down the caves for a quick look. Not too much again. You need to come to Griffith and you need to discover this shit yourself and you need to Google it. Don't rely on me to bloody educate you. Now, we're going down steps, which means we're going to have to come up.
Yeah.
I'm very warm. I've got layers and layers on. This is one of the caves. He lived in a number, did he? He had caves all over the place.
He did.
Because we know the Italians, as we call them in Australia, the Italians are very religious because they do everything. They don't sin or anything, you know. They don't cheat. That's the chapel. There's more caves. We're not going to go them because I'm hot and bothered, and I want to relax now. Because Julie's cooking a big roast dinner, some leg of lamb that Cole slaughtered the lamb the other day. True country fare. Climb these fucking steps. It can be really interesting and educational. Yeah. All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
That's it, over and out. Julie's picking wildflowers. Oh, they're actually already like they've been dried.
Yeah.
And they're called everlasting flowers, Australian native. And we're allowed to pinch them off the side of the road. You're not going to get arrested, are you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. A lot of wild stuff is protected in this country. But Julie is a lawbreaker, because I'm sure somewhere in our heritage we've got convict criminals. Julie will know. Well, that's the end of today. I've just washed the front of Wally. It was absolutely packed thick with bugs. It's the first time I've actually washed him. So that's it. So back to Sydney tomorrow. This is the end of the video. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing as well, you know. Whew.